All right, looks like we are live. Hey, there we go. All right, let's make sure I've got the comments pulled up. I actually learned this new feature. I've been seeing people do it, and I figured out how to do the banner thingy, and it made me super happy. But yeah, so I guess we've got some more people coming to do sprints, but let's kind of just introduce everybody first. And if you're watching the stream, make sure you sub to all these lovely people. So, John, you want to go first?
Sure. Hey, I'm Walker. I have my own channel. Do you actually have that link in the description?
Yeah, I do have the link in the description.
Cool. So yeah, I like YA and a lot of fantasy and stuff like that. So happy
we got a lot of here.
Good day, mates.
G'day, mate. Hello. For my awful Australian accent. We got Sarah. Let's see, we got Sean.
Hello.
And of course, we've got the queen of the reading sprints herself, Stacy. Oh, and we got Ben. We are honored to have Ben.
What is everyone reading?
Yeah, what are y'all reading, guys? That's for people on camera and for those in the comments as well.
I think I'm going to be reading Jade War. I started it today, and I just read like 3 chapters, and I'm loving it already. So that's what I'm reading.
I heard Jade War is a lot better than Jade City.
Me too. So I'm excited.
What about you, Walker?
I'm reading Storm Runner by J.C. Cervantes.
That is a beautiful cover. Can you hold that up again? Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, I really liked it.
That is gorgeous. I am reading Jurassic Park because even though it's my channel read along, guess who hasn't started it?
I was actually surprised I was one of the first ones to finish it because I feel like I'm like the slowest reader.
I was so mired in the Forgetting Moon, I couldn't get anything done. Oh, Lana's reading Dark Matter, which is a really popular book going around BookTube right now. It's getting a lot of traction.
It's really good.
Is that self-published one with the cool purple cover?
I don't think so. That's by Blake Crouch.
That's something else right? Entirely.
Oh, she's got it.
It's this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. Not the
it's
one
like a sci-fi thriller book. It's really good.
Let's see. Oh, I've lost control of the comments. Sarah's reading Foundry Side. I need to get to Foundry Side eventually.
I feel like that book is never not being talked about. It's like I would hear about it like for a couple months straight, and then it trickles here and there, and then it's like coming back again. It just never goes away. Not that it should. I'm just saying. Stacy's
she's reading like 2 books. She's probably gonna finish them both. Yeah, I'm throwing shade, Stacy. Well, not shade, more like just jealousy. She reads so fast. Ben is reading one of the best books in existence. Yeah, I said it. I said it for all of you who don't like Assassin's Apprentice.
Oh, I was like, I didn't even see what he said.
It's not actually one of the best books in existence. Royal Assassin's way better.
I still have mine. Just to really low my priority.
Voice of War. Is that Sean? Is that by the Zach Argyle book? And Morningstar is great, and I just finished Dragons of Autumn Twilight yesterday. Oh, we have a Mr. Allen, Library of Alexandria. Lord Zeus himself has deigned to stop by. My Lord Captain, I am here.
He just wants to make sure you're not holding us down. He's like, you're reading 5 books at once, right? You're going to finish them all tonight?
Yeah, I'm reading all of the books at once. I'm reading all of these at once. 1 page at a time. I just read a page, put it back on the shelf, read another. It's really inefficient, but it's going to work someday. The readathon may be over by 6 months, but I'll get it done.
Oh, I like how Alan even knew exactly what I was talking about, too. Thank you, Alan. That was the book I was thinking.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Patrick goes, Lord Zeus! Reading Dark Age Part 1 is better than the entirety of Iron Gold. Alan, I DM'd you questions about Iron Gold on Discord, and I'm still waiting to see if you agree with me. Unless you responded and I just Called you out for no reason. But yeah, no, Iron Gold. So far, like I think I'm 13 chapters into Iron Gold, and I'm not loving it yet because it's a really, really slow start, and the whole thing that kicks it off doesn't feels kind of a bit of a stretch to me. But I will keep an eye on the dashboard or everything. And if our other participants show up, I'll add them to the stream. So you guys want to get started?
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
good.
All right, let me go ahead and use my nifty new banner that I'm so excited. We're going to read for 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Nero, come here.
If you guys just want to, since we've had 2 more people join, if you guys just want to take a quick break and cut it at 15.
I wasn't sure when the 20 minutes had started, so I was like, this could be at any time.
It was at 8:05, but I figured 8:20 might as well be a good time. So we have Grace and Kate. You wanna introduce yourselves?
Hi. I mean, I guess I can go.
My internet's being weird.
Are we losing you, Kate?
Her internet's sometimes spotty a little bit.
Okay. Well, I mean, my channel is just my name, Grace Dionne. So, if you're looking, you can find me there. But I'm just like making videos about fantasy books. So mostly fantasy, some other genres too. But
I've got links to all of your guys' channels in the description below.
Oh, awesome. Also, I'm currently reading.
If you.
Oh, Eye of the World. Good choice.
It's not the Eye of the World, but that's okay.
Oh, I can't see it. Hold on.
It's the Fires of Heaven.
No, that's Fires of Heaven. Okay.
No, she's reading Robert Jordan. Can you see the font in big letters?
Oh,
We lost.
we lost Kate.
No.
She'll be back. Maybe. Oh, that seems a bit aggressive.
I also have my dinner, so I'm trying to eat without making too much activity on my camera.
I've got pretzels here that I'm occasionally
it.
throwing to my dog.
I saw that, Grace, and I was just like, I'm so hungry.
I have Twizzlers as well, but I haven't opened it yet, so I have to wait until I mute myself.
No, I want you to open it right in the middle of everybody reading, just very loudly.
Leslie's calling me out for peeking, but I was peeking to make sure that I could add Kate and Grace when they jumped in.
Oh, yes. Go Leafs.
Very
Ben.
well.
Thank you.
Alan, I
They're
acknowledge
very
that
sad.
Ephraim sucks. I agree. He's talking about Red Rising.
I'm still at 60 page. I haven't continued on with that book.
All right, and how many pages did y'all did you guys read? Sorry.
I didn't get that many. I was wrestling with my pets because I had to keep letting them in, and they're running all over the place.
We've got Gabby. Oh, Kate will be back. She's resetting her router.
I think I read 6 pages.
I read 10 pages.
Of a Robert Jordan book? You're fast.
What?
You're only there for 10 minutes.
Well, 2 of them. Well, I made it halfway down the 6th page, and the first one was part of the chapter. So
I'm still impressed.
Well, in that case,
I honestly don't think I'm that fast of a reader, but I'm getting to the thing with every Wheel of Time book that has happened to me so far is at the beginning is slow for me, and then I get to a point where I can start reading it a lot faster. I don't know why.
You just get used to the prose, I think.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm doing with Jurassic Park. Is it started out with what I thought was the prologue because it says the engine incident. And so I'm reading it. I'm like, this is super technical and just information. What's going on? And so I'm sitting there kind of confused and I'm flipping back and forth. And then it's just oh yeah, this is what happens. And then it leads to the engine incident. Let me tell you the story now. Prologue. And I spent all that time reading it. And so I was just what is going on?
Well, doesn't it start off with a whole bunch of information about genetics, almost like you're reading an article?
Yeah. So I was confused. I was just I know it's been a while since I've read Crichton, but I remember it being better than this. Because I love Sphere. Sphere is one of my favorite books. To this day, and I haven't read it in 15 years. 15 years? That sounds about right. I'm just kind of looking here at the
I like how
I've got 8 pages in.
I like how books of a page is getting distracted because how soft her pages are. That's a new one.
How soft the pages are?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Where is that?
Or he.
Books of a page.
Books of a page.
Oh,
Before.
I see that. The pages are so
Some
soft.
books pages are thicker and softer. So I could understand it.
I can kind of get that. all that makes me think of is my daughter's got a bunch of those fabric books, so that she can chew on them without like getting a mouthful of cellulose. And so I was just like, yeah, those are kind of soft.
I find it funny that Katie says that she needs to
Say hi, John.
I think she was actually saying hi because I said hi earlier, but thanks, Andrew.
When the nerd queen says hi, you say hi back.
Even if you already said hi, every time she says hi, you say hi.
Well,
It's
I can't
required.
help that Leslie is one of my favorite people on earth.
Okay, stop sucking up, Andrew. Leslie's like making a notebook. She's like, all right, Andrew gets another shout out.
She's keeping a tally.
Oh, y'all are mean. Hi, Leslie.
Hi. Every time, hello.
Yeah, see? Look, Patrick agrees. And hey, isn't that some cool artwork, Walker?
Gosh, I wonder who did that. It's an
I
amazing
wonder
dwarf.
who did. If only somebody
beautiful.
could be commissioned to do art like that.
It's
Okay,
a
I'm
crazy
going a little
one.
far.
I'm giving you an excuse to plug yourself.
That's okay. Not the time or place. But thank you.
Okay. There we go. All right. So let's see. Kate's not back yet. Do you guys want to do? Let's talk for 3 more minutes. Did you guys enjoy what you read?
Wait, I want to know about Grace's thing. Grace, what do you do? You said you were in a laboratory, or you had like the microscope. What do you do?
Oh, yeah. So
Oh, I know this
well,
answer. I forgot.
I'll try and give like a brief explanation of what I was actually doing today. So basically, I work with embryos, mouse embryos. We had a bit of confusion on that before, but I essentially am like staining them with something that will fluoresce so that I can see where like the protein that I'm interested in is physically in the cell. I feel like my internet's being weird, sorry. But then on the microscope, essentially I'm taking pictures of the fluorescence of it so that I can see where it is. So they're pretty cool pictures. They look really cool. They're actually really pretty. I like
Are
looking
you
at them.
like a science major?
Yeah, I'm doing a master's right now in physiology and pharmacology.
That's so cool.
But I'm almost done. I'm hopefully going to be done at the end of the summer. And then I'll be defending my thesis and hopefully getting a job.
I hope
Will
this
you be
isn't
defending it with knives or with words?
Well, I don't know. It's going to be online, so I don't know how effective a knife would be.
I mean, I guess if you get nervous, you can just kind of stab the table a little bit just for some instant catharsis.
I can threaten my examiners, like, this is what's going to happen if you don't pass me. I'll drive.
I will find you.
Wow.
So I don't know what you guys talked about before the first sprint started, but how was everyone's day?
Oh, everybody. Yeah, no, we didn't cover that because we're rude.
Well, we covered it personally.
Yeah, we covered it before.
Oh my gosh.
There she is.
Yay! I hope it works now. I restarted my router and my computer.
Well, it looks a lot better now.
Yeah.
You're moving instead of like stopping.
I'm trying to pretend to be pixelated.
So what are you reading and how was your day?
My day was very long, but I did do a bunch of like running around with my family. But I am finishing up this bad boy that I was supposed to finish yesterday. This is Betrayal in Winter, which is the second Long Price Quartet. Sorry, Evie.
You're obsessed with Bo Burnham.
And I have like that much left, and so I hope to finish it in the next like sprint or two, and then I have this next.
Nice.
So
Evie sent me Sendlin, so I'm reading that in August.
yes, join the ranks of the hashtag Senlin superfans.
Yeah, I'm gonna join that too. Just recently bought it.
You said you're reading Long Price Quartet?
Yeah, I'm on the second one. I'm almost done with the second one, and the third one's supposed to be the best. And so I also have that. So if I feel the need to, but there's too many books I want to read like right now. I'm having trouble picking.
I feel like this is an Alan sponsored segment.
You know what?
Well, it was funny because about an hour ago, an hour ago, I was on eBay looking at the hardcovers for Long Price Quartet because mine don't match. Which I believe I talked about my video.
Yeah, but was that the same one you like flew into a rage about?
It bugs the crap out of me, man.
I have the
like Yeah, well, I'm a hardcover snob, but I have soft covers.
They didn't make the fourth one in mass market paperback. They never sold it. So I have 3 of these, and then the last one in hardcover. And then I went on eBay and bought all the other ones, and they came to me. And an Autumn War is like 3 inches shorter than the other 3. And I sent Alan a picture, like, I'm done.
No, don't throw books.
I'm done.
She said she's done. She throws books.
Okay, I think
but like I was looking at it, and there was all 4 for like $33 on eBay, and it's like very good condition. And I'm looking at the pictures, going, and I zoom in on one of the pictures, and there's this big old water stain, and I was just like, nope,
I gotcha. Detective Andrew.
Yeah, nope. I've been burned too many times.
I get so annoyed when like either editions don't match or they're not the same height or whatever. Andrew, I know you talked about that in your video. And so that makes me want to buy, like the bind up that I've seen some people have of like LPQ. I want to buy that.
It's out of print.
What?
It's like you can probably find it for like $70 now.
Okay, no, that's not happening.
I had the exact same thought.
Like,
I went and looked
so
for it. No.
Wow, that's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
You might have a book club edition right there on the Autumn War.
I'm so mad, and so now I have 2 copies of Autumn War, and I am tempted to try and buy it a 3rd time to get it to match the other ones because I've already put in so much effort.
That's how I was with Malazan. I just kept buying copies of Malazan until at one point, like Amazon charged me $20 for the mass market paperback and told me I was getting the paperback. I was so mad.
Wow.
I've seen that Memories of Ice is the one they do because you can't find that anywhere. And on eBay, it's like $70 for a copy. And I just can't bring myself to drop that kind of money.
You mean this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got lucky and scored that for $35.
How? Wow.
It was on like A Libris or what's that other site I used to use? I don't know. I'd have to look.
I have the
yeah,
first
it was.
2. I've heard of them.
But yeah, I got lucky. All right, it is about to turn 8:35, so let's do 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, I think that's 20 minutes. How did everybody do?
That
Scares
went by
me.
really fast.
Say what?
That went by really fast.
Yeah, you scared me.
I tried to be quiet.
I think
I was
got
trying
scared.
really hard because usually when I get scared, you'll see me do a jump scare. Oh my gosh, my golly.
I got through 15 fries and half my sandwich. How about you guys?
It's a very specific amount of fries.
Well, I got 13 pages this time.
Apparently, I scared other people as well. I apologize, guys.
I don't think there's a way to not scare people. I do a buzzer, so it's probably worse.
Oh, well, I mean, they're reading It by Stephen King,
Oh.
so.
Okay.
I had half a bowl of pretzels and 1 carbonated water.
Is that
And
what we're meant?
I also happened to do some reading. Out of curiosity, who's read Jurassic Park? Okay, so from the movies, I remember a specific scene with like the rich couple on the beach. Was that from the first movie?
It's from the second movie.
But it's in the first book?
Yep.
Okay, it's been bugging me because I was just like, this seems familiar, but I don't remember this in Jurassic Park. I remember this in Lost World.
Yeah, the one where the campies. I think in the movie it actually kills the kid, but in the book it just. This isn't spoilers, by the way. It's like the first chapter.
Yeah, it's right at the beginning. I loved that part though, because it like built the mystery and like everyone started kind of wondering at that point.
Yeah, I'm reading this going, this seems really familiar, but I remember this in the second movie, and this is the first book. And so I just thought that was odd. And it's like super expanded, so it's really, really cool.
Is the
How are
second
you guys
movie
going or doing?
What did you say, Grace?
Is the second movie good?
For Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
It's not as good as the first, but it's still really good.
It's hard to beat.
It's better than the hot garbage that's the third movie.
Okay, because I've only ever seen the original, and then I've seen Jurassic World as well.
Yeah, I would say Lost World is, if you like Ian Malcolm is the main person in Lost World, the movie.
Okay, because he has
Jeff Goldblum's character
in the book too. Like the Lost World, he's present. So, or at least I think he
Evie
is.
read 19 pages of Dragonlance, which means she should be getting close to done.
Ooh, Evie. I read 15 pages.
Evie.
And am consuming a gigantic thing of iced coffee from Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
What time is it
What
there?
time is it? Yeah.
8:58.
Okay, so
Are you one of those people who can drink caffeine no matter what and then crash out?
Yeah, and I can take like 6 Benadryl and wake up in 8 hours. So
I'm so jealous. If I even had a hint of caffeine right now, I'd be buzzing till 4 a.m.
I don't want to see you hyped up on caffeine. You already have so much energy.
Listen, am I super hyper right now?
I wouldn't say super. You just like naturally, your level of normal energy, like mine is here and yours is here, and I appreciate that. He knows what Timmy Hose is. That's so exciting.
Alex is reading Dark Matter.
Alex, are you far in?
He says he's confused.
Yeah. How far in are you in it? Because I was confused in the beginning as well.
Laurence, are you asking Alex how far he's into Dark Matter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have a Tim Hortons here in Indiana.
They're a Canadian company, which is why they're close.
Kate, I had 2 Tim's iced coffees today. So
where are you at?
like geographically?
Yes, geographically.
She's at her house.
London, Ontario.
Oh, Ontario. Okay. I was like, they don't have Tim Hortons in Britain. Okay, that makes more
No.
sense.
We
I
have one on every corner, so
I wish. I
I
don't
literally
know.
live in a Bermuda Triangle of Tim Hortons. Like if you go 1 kilometer in 3 different directions from my house, there's a Tim Hortons.
Oh, kilometer! It's so cute.
Alex is halfway through Dark Matter, by the way, Laurence.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, but it is a confusing book. But
Listen, it just sounds so bad when you call it Timmy Hose.
No,
I've
they
never heard it called that.
Like that's what you call it.
I've never called that. I've never
heard it called that. I've only ever called it Timmy's.
Maybe we're weird Michigan people. I don't know. I grew up in Detroit. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, if I could get across the border, I would.
I would too. I'm not allowed right now. Do you know I've never been outside of the U.S. and I've lived in either Phoenix, Arizona, or Detroit, Michigan, and I'm so close to the borders, and I've never been anywhere else.
I've only been to China, Taiwan, and Colombia.
I've only been to China.
That's an interesting list. They're very far from each other.
Well, Colombia was for work. I got sent to Colombia for work, Medellin, and that was a lot of fun.
What do you do?
I worked for Stanley Black & Decker.
Oh, okay.
So I was sent over there to train some outsourced work. And then China was, my wife's Asian. So she was adopted adopted back in the 90s. And so this was her first time going home.
Wow.
And, she's from Shanghai.
Oh, okay. It was her first time going back?
Yeah, this was her first time going back. So that was a lot of fun. And then her mom, who adopted her, is from Taiwan. And so we went to Taiwan as well. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
That's really cool.
But I've never been to Canada, and it's 7 hours away.
You can come to Canada. You can come to Detroit, and then we can go visit Grace.
Yeah.
Boom. And I will bring a big wall sticker of the Pittsburgh Penguins just for you, Grace.
Oh, no. You're a Penguins fan?
Pens and Avs.
Yeah, see, the Avs, we support that. I support that.
I support that.
Oh, I don't. No.
Yeah.
You don't like the Colorado Avalanche?
Oh my God, my light is in the stupidest place.
It looks like you got a halo.
It looks like I have a halo.
Hello.
I either just deal with like a dark room or.
I'm calling you Beyonce now. Queen Bey. No, the orange and the red wing.
We got another Pens fan in the house.
We have beef.
I have to see if I can fix this. This is stupid.
It looks fine.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
let's see like you have it right now. That's fine.
More Red Wings fans.
Apparently, there's a lot of hockey fans here.
I like Dylan Larkin.
You said Larkin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately got derailed. How many pages did y'all read?
All right. I
13.
read a lot.
15.
15.
And 7 chicken nuggets.
7 chicken nuggets. So that's
And
what,
half
7
a paper.
pages? So I believe 16 pages, something like that.
I got like 12.
Now that I'm past that little the engine incident part, I remember why I like Michael Crichton, because you can just fly through the books, and he's a really good writer.
That book is beautiful. That copy. Is that the Barnes & Noble one?
Yeah, this is the Barnes & Noble one. They're scalping these now for $85 on eBay.
I'm selling mine for $150.
Say what?
So I'm selling mine for $150.
Are you really?
Do they not make them anymore?
Yeah, they're out of print.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot
I
of
don't
money.
understand why so many of these books go out of print when they're very clearly popular. They could make another printing of them and still make money on them, for sure. So, I don't get it.
It could literally be a licensing thing. With the release of a new movie, they could have lost the license.
I think special editions are kind of weird too. I just recently saw this special edition for Stranger Dreamer from one of those Lit Joy crate things or whatever, and it's on pre-order. It's already sold out. So I messaged them and I was like, "Hey, are you guys releasing more?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, but why? Like, how do these go out? Can you just make more?
It's like the Red Rising trilogy. They're selling them for like $800 on eBay.
Yeah, I
Are
saw
you talking
that.
about Fairy Loot?
It's the Fairy
Yes.
edition.
I got so salty at them.
After what happened with Sarah?
Well, not only because of what happened with Sarah, but like I remember when the announcement happened, and it's so mad. I was so mad for Sarah that she got it in her cart. She got confirmation, and then she had it ripped away from her.
Well, she paid for it already. Like,
Yeah.
it was a done deal. And then they like emailed her and were like, just kidding. We sold too many.
Yeah, they had a problem with their server or something.
Yeah. They only had 20 sets to sell.
I know, it's crazy.
That's what happened when I got my leather-bound Warbreaker, though. They only had like 15 copies available.
Sanderson just released a video this week saying that they're basically because the what was it, Way of Kings that they did in leatherbound, it was such a big printing. They're still sending out initial orders.
Yeah. They're gonna redo it in around Christmas time, apparently, and so I'm hoping to get my hands on one of those because I didn't realize how much I'd want one, and so I was like, I won't do it. Regret set in. So regret.
I kick it around sometimes. I'm like, do I want to? Do I not want to? What scares me is Daniel Green got sent them all for free.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
But as he's like going through it, like some of the pages were like sticking and stuff like that, and I'm like, if I'm gonna drop $100 for a leatherbound book and the pages get stuck and damaged, I'm gonna be so salty.
Yeah.
Well, was it actually?
Is it sprayed
I know
edges?
with like that with the metallic stuff, it usually sticks together a bit. But they should be able to peel apart real easily.
Yeah, this is because I opened this new. Like I was flipping it through while I was reading it, and you can hear
Yeah.
it's starting to separate. But like what he actually like had to pull on them a little bit.
Yeah.
In that unboxing video.
Something.
Yeah, like it scared me.
I didn't know the foil could rub off. Like apparently, if you handle the books for too long, the foil on the cover will start coming off, which scares me.
Yeah,
but
that scares me.
I have not met Walker or Laurence before, so can I get an introduction?
Oh yeah, absolutely, guys, introduce yourselves again. Why not?
Laurence, I think you should go first because I don't think you even like announced yourself the first time, did you?
I probably missed it. So hi, my name is Laurence. My channel is Reading Laurence, and I do fantasy and romance book. I do adult and YA fantasy.
I'm very similar. So yeah, I'm Walker Writes 7. Like YouTube is just like my name. I usually do like YA fantasy and like queer books.
You made our logo for Team Apollo.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, I love your art style. It's so nice.
Thank you.
And then Kate.
You guys. Oh yeah, I am Caitlin. I am the Almost Book Doctor. That's the name of my channel, and I do fantasy mostly. Some fact books and some like I'm gonna be apparently branching out into historical fiction, so that'll be interesting.
I actually just bought a historical fiction myself. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, that's gonna be my first one as well.
I'm doing the Dorothy Dunnett stuff with Klaus, and then I just bought Wolf Hall, I think it's called.
No idea.
A bunch of people talk about that.
But if you want to check these guys out, I've got all of their channels linked in the description down below. So make sure to check them out and give them some likes and some subs and comment on their videos. So, do you guys want to do more reading sprints?
Yeah.
All right.
Andrew, do you want to put the time when we stop reading instead of like 20 minutes? Just
That
so
would
we
be
know when we're gonna stop reading.
Yeah, sure. That should be easy. Hold on. I can make this work.
Oh yeah, people.
We believe in you, Andrew.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Well, I made mistakes, so.
Lots of books. You've got to be so close to me because I'm like 10 minutes out of Detroit. So you're near me. That's awesome. Like the only person I know here that's anywhere near me geographically.
Boom. How's that?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay. Thank you for the recommendation. I appreciate you.
Well, it's easier for the people who join like in the middle of a sprint.
There are
That's
questions
true.
asking.
I will do that more in the future as well.
Hey, good luck, everybody.
All right. Good luck. Happy reading.
Happy reading.
Is that better? I'm trying not to startle people.
No,
like
that was very good. Very good.
Was that better?
Kind of an ASMR, so I liked it.
A little bit, yeah.
Figured instead of whispering, just a gradually increasing clap would get the job done. So how'd you guys do?
I've read 10
Nothing?
pages.
10 pages?
Yeah, and I like it.
Hannah
It's like-
reads fast. Hannah read 20.
What?
Wow.
Impressive.
Oh,
Yes,
Hey,
we
Mark,
love
happy birthday to your dog.
it's fine, Maza.
I got 16 pages. Oh, kitty.
Someone says they prefer my screech.
I heard that.
Mhm.
Oh, Kitty.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Sorry.
she broke my headphones, so she can't stay long.
Something just like went down in the last 2 pages I read, and anyone who saw my facial expression change, I was just like, oh my god.
are you getting close to the end?
Yes, I have like 25 pages left, and
Well,
So
maybe you'll finish it in the next sprint.
yeah, I'm hoping. But
That is one big cat.
Yeah, she's my mountain lion.
what?
Sarabi.
Aw,
Her name is Sarabi. That's so
Aw.
cute.
Yeah.
Sarabi.
I love cats.
I've got a cat, but my cat's evil. So I love her. Her name is Skittles, and she's a rescue.
Oh,
Aw.
Skittles.
I love that name. I always had cats growing up, but like I live in a student house right now, so we have our dog, and this is the first time that I've ever had a dog, and I like it. Well, I love the dog, but I kind of miss my kitty too.
Oh,
Hmm.
My
He's
2
very-
dogs.
he's very fluffy.
Aw. What kind of dog is? Oh, your cat is fluffy or the dog?
My cat's fluffy. The dog is not fluffy.
11 pages. Nice.
More between
Nice.
11 and 15 pages. Seems
Stacy wants to know why I
popular.
never post pictures of my cat. It's because my cat's evil.
Why is she evil?
Right.
Is she evil or does she just not like you?
Ooh.
She does her business on my walls.
What?
That's not cool. Wasn't
Oh
expecting.
no.
No matter what we do, she won't stop.
She's got some aim there. That's not cool, man.
It's been 7 years.
Yeah, she's not changing her ways now.
Nope.
Nope.
What if you put like padding on the walls, like like a puppy pad except on the wall?
I hadn't thought of doing that. That might be genius, though.
If you can't like beat the cat, then adapt to the cat.
We used to put like
Evolve.
tinfoil down because she hates the sound of tinfoil. And so
Oh my
whenever she'd
God.
approach the wall, she'd step on tinfoil and run away. But then my
That's
house was like surrounded and like wrapped in tinfoil. And I felt like I was hiding from the FBI or the CIA or something like that. I don't know.
I've seen so many videos where like tinfoil is on like the kitchen counter or something. Cat jumps up and then just like freaks, and yeah, those are.
They don't like it. But I'm actually really loving Jurassic Park, though. It does have something that is usually DNFable for me. I will usually insta DNF.
Already.
I don't like baby murder.
Baby
I don't
murder.
don't like baby death.
I forgot about that part. It really sets the tone, though.
Yeah. I have DNF'd books for it.
It was pretty
Yeah.
freaky.
Yeah, no, I literally, if anybody was watching me, I literally just glared at the camera and then just went back to reading.
No. See, I don't really know if there's anything that would particularly make me DNF, like automatically make me DNF a book. But I'm weird. I just bought this book that Evie had recommended. Something about Tender as the Flesh, I think. And it's about like eventually animals are no longer able to be eaten as meat, and so they genetically engineer humans to be like cannibalism becomes a thing.
What?
That's what the book is about. Like
Soylent
No.
Green? What was
it's
that?
not Soylent Green. It's not Soylent Green. It's like it's like lab grown people that are then slaughtered for food.
Okay.
I don't know. It's weird. She said it was really good. I thought it would be good. So
That kind of reminds me of another book. It's not exactly the same concept, but I don't want to say which book because it's a book that I think is better to go into knowing nothing about, but it just reminds me of a concept, but it's not like people being genetically engineered for food. It's more like them being specifically raised as like donors.
oh, I know what book you're talking about.
Oh,
I think I know what book you're talking about.
Is
You
it,
probably do, but I always tell people it's a book.
That sounds like an old movie.
I'm gonna put it in our chat. So
Okay.
does it have to do with a certain geographical like thing in the title?
No.
Oh.
I'm never gonna guess it.
Oh no, that's Kate. That's not the one I was thinking of.
Really?
Do you want to know?
yeah, you can message me. I want to know. Okay, someone has read it. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Really good symbolism and a good book to like sink your, no pun intended, sink your teeth into. So that's why I got it, because it just sounded so bizarre, but it touches on a lot of like ethical quandaries. So not like we're gonna actually be eating people.
Greg knows what book I'm talking about.
Oh,
that wasn't the book I was thinking about.
Yeah, I was thinking about that island. I forget what it's called, but they made a movie with Scarlett Johansson, Ewan
Yeah, that's
McGregor.
what I was thinking about as well.
I was thinking of Unwind by Neil Shusterman.
this movie has Keira Knightley in it. I know that much. I know that the movie's about. I haven't read the book, but I should, because I've heard that author's name a lot.
Yeah, I actually the last book that opened like this, I ended up DNFing, and that was Mage's Blood by David Hare.
Didn't you
And,
DNF Kings of Ash for the same reason?
Yeah, well, that was a little different. That was too dark for me, literally right out of the gate. Since I've read darker books, I'm thinking of going back to King of Ash, but it's gonna be for a while.
Is it the King of Paradise trilogy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now.
It's too dark for you? Oh, Lord.
Well,
my
no,
nemesis is
literally the way it sets the tone is literally the first paragraph, he's just munching on the arm of a kid he just killed.
Oh,
What?
my God. Okay.
That's paragraph 1.
That's how the book opens?
Yes.
Oh,
And like I think just a couple pages after that, because the main character or one of the main characters, he can remember literally everything. So it after that it starts with him being in the womb. So he talks about being in the womb.
that's weird. That's really weird.
So like I did read the first like page, and I was just like, no, that's how you're setting the tone.
Wait, so is this King Paradise? Or that
Yeah,
or
that's
the
King's
other
Paradise.
The Ash and Sand trilogy.
Ash and Sand trilogy, that's what it's called. And I thought it would be really cool because it's like a fantasy set and like islands, and that was the cool thing. But my personal nemesis was like, I will help you get introduced to Grimdark. You've read the first law. Here, let me give you some more recommendations.
We don't go from first law to that.
Well, especially
Prince of Thorns next.
because I had the same idea about wanting to see find like an island fantasy book. You're gonna be disappointed. Like that was actually one of my gripes. Is like by the end, I was just like they barely talk about the island, or I didn't really get this like paradise like island vibe from it. It's like the setup for that world was like really bad. So yeah, if that's one thing you're excited for, which is what I was, you're gonna be disappointed.
Dang. Well, I will proceed with caution then. I'll read some more things before I start that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I actually love that movie, Alan. I love
Gattaca is great. Oh, Gattaca is great.
Is that based on a book?
Hmm?
Is that movie based on a book? I've never heard of it before.
I don't.
The standard pillars in like sci-fi movies.
Okay. I'm not a big movie person. Like I like them, but in terms of like movies that I've actually seen, I'm severely lacking.
Dr. Moreau is really good too. like laughing at half of the comments here. Apparently, you should make a tinfoil hat for your cat, Andrew.
Me?
Yes.
If I'm gonna make a tinfoil hat, it's going in my fez.
Your fez.
Oh,
Fez
it's like
are cool.
That's Vader fez up there.
Vader fez.
Yeah, that's a Darth Vader cookie jar wearing a fez.
That's awesome.
But maybe if you put a tinfoil hat on the cat, it will like reset the signal going to the cat, and then the cat won't pee on the walls.
It'll keep the stormlight from going into your cat's head and telling her to pee on the walls. I can't help myself.
Lauren,
I think that's a solid
how's
theory.
your reading going?
It's going well. I've never had a cat, so I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Well, that's
not a normal cat thing.
Wear a hat. I don't think you could force a cat to wear a hat. It would kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just wake up. Cat would be right there in my face, just like, do it again, and I'll feed you.
Do it
That's
again,
not
I dare you.
Now feed me. All right, are you ready for another 20 minutes?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm imagining
Okay.
your cat with like a tinfoil Darth Vader helmet on now, like breathing in your make you wake up.
That'd be fantastic.
Yes. And terrifying.
Yeah, no, I don't want to wake up to that. Happy reading, guys.
reading.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
How'd you do?
14 pages this time.
Nice.
I was currently screeching.
I only did 10.
Are you almost done, Kate?
Yes, and I'm like screaming internally reading from the end of this book.
I saw your message to Alan, but I'm pretty sure Alan's gone at this point.
I'm dying. Oh, it's so good.
Is this book 1 or 2?
2.
This is book 2?
Ah, yes. Oh, that's what these are. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. Alan's 100% correct. And
11 pages. John, how did you do?
I don't know. I always forget to keep track.
That happens. What about you, Laurence?
I did 10 pages.
Yeah, same as me. Woo!
I'm a slow reader. I feel like people are reading a lot more.
I think it depends on the
book size. Like I've been reading at least like 15 or so, maybe 20, but just because it's like it has like bigger words and stuff.
Yeah, it depends on the font and the type of book.
Like with these, if I was to hold this up, you would think I was reading a big book. But Orbit is a bunch of lying liars who lie. And if you just kind of look, it's got just large font and huge line spacing and margins.
Orbit has really deceiving binding too.
What do you mean?
Their books, the binding of the spine, the books look big, but then it'll only be like 500 pages or something, and it'll be the same as like
it's really thick paper.
Yeah. It's kind of nice though. It looks like you're reading a bigger book and then you're not. So it's easier to get through.
You can impress people at the coffee shop.
Exactly.
If it wasn't COVID and you could go to a coffee shop and read.
I know. I miss that.
Everything's open here in Indiana.
Yeah.
Things are open?
Yeah, pretty much everything's open.
They're open.
They're even dropping mask mandates.
We are entering phase 1 of reopening tomorrow, or at midnight, I guess, technically. So like patios are going to be open again, and non-essential retail is going to be open again. All of that's been closed.
So you're,
honestly, I can't remember what else, but
you're after us because I'm in Quebec and things have opened already.
Yeah, I've been like not really paying attention. Oh my god.
It's my wrath. Okay.
Gregory doesn't even like Malice.
Yeah, you can't make puns about books you didn't read or don't like.
He can't resist the puns, clearly.
He's trying to outpun the pun master.
Someone's asking where I am. I'm in Southern Ontario, but I think that right now the reopening phases are the same for all of Ontario. Like they're happening at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder how many pages they have at the end of like Malice for excerpts. So the first book in the LPQ, there's an excerpt in the back of it for another book, and it's not the next book in the series. It's for Mistborn.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
I hate excerpts.
Yeah, it's for Mistborn, and it's a 20-page excerpt.
That's odd.
I don't know if anybody reads like manga, but I know when I was younger, manga always confused me because it's literally like pictures and stuff like that, and it wasn't really clear. So it's like you get to the end of the manga and you start reading like what you think's a different plot line or different people, and I'm like, what is going on? It's like I feel like they just never made it as clear as like books do. Because usually mangas don't end. It's just like the end of a volume, but it's not like, oh, hey, here's the end of book 1. So that was always really confusing. But I think just in general, I don't like excerpts. Like, I just want to read the book I'm reading and be done, and then, yeah.
I never read them. So
I used to get monthly Shonen Jump. So I used to get those big like magazines with like 10 different chapters in them. But then like you would like miss story arcs or chapters because like it wouldn't always be like a smooth.
Yeah.
I just got back into reading manga because I read the first book of Vinland Saga a couple days ago, and I had to pick up. Look how pretty it is. It's all like, I don't know, you probably can't see. It's all shiny.
Isn't that what you have, Walker?
Yeah. The Full Metal editions, they're so pretty.
This is them all from thin air.
He read the first 9, right?
Yeah, I've read the first 9. I have up to the first 14. That's as many as they have public out right now. I think they're supposed to have like 21 or something like that. But yeah, I'm like posting a review for the first 9 volumes like next Friday.
That's a long. It's gonna be long, isn't it?
We'll see. Yeah, I'm trying to.
My favorite manga got discontinued just abruptly. So
that's sad.
Oh.
Yeah, the author got like ill, and then like he took a hiatus, and now it's been like 20 years, and he's just not coming back.
Oh wow,
that's a long hiatus.
That's a long way.
What was
that? Beat the Vandal Buster.
I have no idea what that is.
That actually sounds familiar.
Yeah, most people don't know what Beat the Vandal Buster is, but it was really, really cool.
Also, Kate, I'm also reading because I didn't want to read the next Full Metal Alchemist until I did my review for the first 9. So I'm actually reading Vinland Saga 2. Plus, everyone's just like, "Oh, it's a really big manga. This is going to do so many pages," and I'm like, you know what? You're right. So I've got like the first 4 of those Vinland Saga volumes. I'm going to read that one too.
I have the second. So I read the whole first one when Evie and I did that 7.5-hour reading sprint for some reason.
Oh, wow.
And I read the whole thing. And
I was only there for 2 of them.
The next one, and so I'm excited. I really liked it. I really did. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was better than I thought.
Yeah, I started the first one, but I hadn't finished it, so I'm looking forward to finishing that.
You'll have to let me know what you think when you're done with the first volume.
For sure.
How's Jade War?
It's wait, I'm reading that. Forgot. It's good. I like it. It's like it starts a year after Jade City, and normally I don't like that when sequels do that.
You don't like the time jump?
Yeah, I like when the second book starts right after the first book. But
Yeah,
she's doing a good job at explaining what we miss, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I feel the same way about that. Obviously, it can be done well, and sometimes I won't mind it when I start reading it. But if I hear that there is a time jump, I get scared that I'm not gonna like it. That a whole bunch of stuff's gonna happen off screen.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
There's 140 years between these 2 books.
Each of these have 14 years between them. So you follow the same 2 characters, and in between each of the 4 books, it's like 14 years. So you follow their entire life, which is really cool.
Yeah, I heard Long Price Quartet is literally like a story about their life in its entirety. So I do want to read that. I have them, but I need to get better copies.
You get so attached to the characters. I'm like in the chat being like, I swear to God, if someone hurts this person, I will come after them. Obviously in my brain.
Do you get to see their development in a smooth way though? Because I just imagine if in one book I was invested in where a character arc was going, and then the next time I see them it's 14 years later. I don't know how I would feel about that.
I was afraid of that when I started this book, the very beginning, because there's a prologue to each of them, and they're 20-page prologues, and so they don't necessarily have the main characters in them. But it was really seamless in my opinion, and the characterization in these books is the best I've ever read, and he does a really good job of introducing you to who they are now in the stage of their life, and just putting in the details that you need to know about what happened in the proper placement in the story. So there's a lot I still don't know about what happened in those 14 years, but I'm still intrigued, and I feel like I still know the characters, if that makes any sense.
Are you
that
liking
actually
Fires of
makes
Heaven?
me want to read it because I love character. I'm so a character focused reader. I love them. So
Grace, are you still liking Fires of Heaven?
I am, but we haven't had any Perrin yet, and I love Perrin.
Yeah,
so...
Perrin gets a lot of screen time. I think during the slog. So you may love the slog.
Maybe that'll make it better for me.
That's good news.
I just think that because I'm on what page am I on? Almost 500, and I think that it was somewhere around page 200 where I was like, okay, I feel like we've cycled through the perspectives that we're getting in this book, and I haven't seen Perrin yet. So
yeah, there are certain books in this series where Perrin just doesn't show up, or he's more mentioned.
I am still enjoying it, but that's a sad girl time for me. He's my favorite. So
I would say Matt's probably my favorite.
Matt is a strong contender. I thought he kind of got done dirty in the first book and a half. Like he didn't really get to like be a character, but ever since he's started to like be a person, I've really liked him.
I really liked him when he was in Emmons Field, and he was like that mischievous trickster. But as soon as he goes out into the world, it takes some time for him.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's the like late bloomer of the five Emmons Field 5.
Yeah, definitely.
But once he gets going, he really gets going. He gets done dirty a lot throughout the series. So
he's really entertaining.
Funny.
That's what I like about him. He's funny. So yeah.
All right. Well, I know it's getting late and it's a weekday. I will leave it up to the group. Do you want to do another sprint or do you want to call it quits?
I'd be up for one more.
I'd be up for one more.
One more? Okay. Then we will read till 10:30, and then that'll be our last sprint.
Sounds good.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck. Happy reading.
If I look like I'm dying,
finish it.
I know. I'm gonna make weird facial expressions again. I'm gonna hide behind my book so no one can see me crying.
There we go. My soft clap.
I finished a chapter, so I thought that I would look up, and it was exactly the right time.
Kate, did you do it?
No, because I had to reread a scene because I was like, blah.
So how many pages have you left?
I read 15, so I'm so close. I'm this close. I will finish as soon as we're done. My brain is like melting right now.
Stop trying to force this up my TBR. Do you know how many buddy reads I'm a part of just through the end of the year?
I'm just telling you that they're doing an LPQ buddy read on Shelf Space.
Why would you tell me that?
Starting this month, they're doing Shadow and Summer. I'm going to be a part of the live show at the end of the month.
Nope. Can't fit it in. Nope. Can't do it.
It's so good.
There's no room. No room. You hear me?
Hey, speaking of TBRs, if anybody's interested on our Discord, we just like organized our like buddy read so you can see what we're reading each month.
Yes, because I don't know what you...
I really liked the color coding of that. That was very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually decide where to put Earthsea because I think there's an Earthsea. Probably put that in like December or something. I don't know. I know Nico also wants to do.
It can wait. It's a pretty full year.
Yeah, it's a very, very full year. I've got so many books that I'm still technically part of the Malazan read along. Like I haven't DNF'd Malazan. I'm just part of so many different buddy reads that I just keep pushing the books because they're such bricks.
I'm supposed to be reading 4 more things this month that are buddy reads, and this was not one of them. So
I think I've got this one. That's a buddy read.
Ordered that from Book Outlet.
And oh no, my hips.
You doing okay over there?
I'm in physical therapy for hips and shoulders. And it was funny. When I like turned off my camera, I went to go like get something from the kitchen, and I had a knee brace on. Well, if you have a compression knee brace on and you keep your foot cocked up in the chair against your thigh, I stood up and I didn't realize my leg was asleep. That was fun.
Do you need a life alert thing?
Yeah. Do I have life alert?
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
I've got Dragon Wing that I wanna do as a buddy read with Evie and Alan. I don't know if they're still here.
And me. Oh,
and you. I didn't know you were part of it.
Yeah.
And then with Noah, from Those Who Read It Must Converse. This is from a press in Slovenia.
It looks so good.
Is that the book that has the threat in it?
Yeah.
There's a threat in it?
What?
Isn't it? It says something about it being illegal to own that or something.
It says, "Caution: this book is contraband. By possessing and reading this book, you could be sentenced to life in prison."
Oh, what a rebel!
But no, I'm super excited to read this as well. But I had a bunch of crap happen this week. I just wasn't in the mental headspace for a big brain book, and so I pushed it to next week.
I've been seeing his updates on his Instagram, and it looks really good.
Oh, Noah is absolutely in love with it. He got it a whole week before I did, and like he tore through like 50% of it. But yeah, I've already finished Dragonlance, so
I gotta do that. I will not fall behind because we have to have our Brady Bunch conversation.
Yeah, it was an interesting reread. I noticed, I guess since becoming like a booktuber, I've changed the way I read books a little bit. And I definitely had more complaints with Dragonlance than I ever did pre-booktube. I still gave it 4 stars, but I mean, I think one of those stars might be nostalgia.
No, but that's fair.
Wait, what changed?
It just, so since I've read it, I've also played D&D, and I've read a lot more books. So you could feel like certain decisions felt like if you've played D&D, a player character was making a choice that was outside of like, say, their general characteristics, or they failed a dice roll, and so something had to happen. So like randomly, if someone just falls off a rope, it feels like they failed a dex save or something like that. So just weird things like that. And the series is based off of D&D. And then also, like, you know, it's a little choppier than I remember it being. Like, the story doesn't flow super smoothly. Other than that, I still really enjoyed my read. I'm always it'll never drop before 4 stars for me. So,
do you think, and I don't know if any of you guys want to answer this too, do you think since becoming a booktuber and having to do these reviews and stuff, well, not having to, but deciding to, that it's become harder to just kind of turn that off and just enjoy a book and not really think about that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm. For me, it has.
Yeah, like I have a problem where, like, well, I guess it's not really a problem if I'm enjoying books, but like I feel like I want to use my 5-star rating as like an actual favorite book rating, and then 4 stars as like really good. But every time I finish a book, if I really liked it, I'm like, oh yeah, let's rate this 5 stars on Goodreads. And then after a couple of weeks, I'm like, maybe not. I don't know.
I'm the opposite. I think I gave like 2 5-stars this year so far.
I have a ton of 5 stars. I'm with you, Grace. I have so many 5 stars this year.
I've maybe had 4.
I went back through my
books
or whatever, and the past couple books that I've read, I haven't given 5 stars. But then before that, I had like 4 or 5 stars in a row, and I was like, "Girl, what are you doing?" I mean, I'm enjoying the stuff I'm reading, which is good.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And maybe that just indicates that you know yourself as a reader, and so you're less likely to pick books that you know you aren't going to enjoy, unless you get dared to do them or pull them from the pitcher of punishments. But
also, Pete, I'll be a 5-star strumpet with Alan.
I'm a 5-star strumpet as well.
I am not a 5-star strumpet. I am very willing to blast a book.
I mean, if I don't like a book, then I am, but like I rarely pick up a book that I really don't like. So
my first read of the month, I hate read. And as soon as I was done, I had the sequel. I took them both and unhauled. Didn't want them.
You didn't read the second one?
Nope.
I thought you put yourself through that pain so you could read the second book.
Initially, that's what I was gonna do, and then like the people who were telling me, I was like, "So you said it got better?" They're like, "Yeah, it's like a 3.5 star," and I was like, "Nope, it'd have to be 4 star or higher."
Wait, are you talking about the Forgetting Moon or something else? Okay.
Yeah,
also, watch your review on that.
I've got to review. I've got to review my thoughts before I go full rant. Because it's probably going to have to be a spoiler review, and I've never done a spoiler review on my channel.
Wait, you haven't done the review yet?
No.
See, that's
I did the Goodreads review.
Oh, that's right. I was like, I think that's the confusing thing with like talking with everybody now is like I can't remember like if I watch you do a video or if I just talk to you or like a good.
You'll know it when I do a video.
I'll just like blur it together now.
Maybe like pull a Klaus and like 2 minutes after closing the book, start filming yourself with all of your hated thoughts.
So I can't do that. I tried that, and literally, like, I get 9-minute videos where, like, I barely talk about anything because I'm just going, like, it doesn't work. I've got to calm down.
We wouldn't want that now, would we?
Probably not.
Man, I literally, when I did my spoiler chat for The Shadow Rising, I sat down and talked for like 39 minutes straight without realizing how long it was. And I didn't even talk about everything I wanted to talk about. And I was like, how? So I could just talk forever.
Yeah.
See, that's why I really like, as soon as I finish a book, I'll always do the Goodreads review right away. And then I kind of film it later, which I kind of like because, yeah, it's like I could talk for a while, but I want to make sure I actually say everything I wanted to. Because I hate when we record a video and then you're just like, oh, I really want to bring up that character or like that event or something like that. So it's like, that's why I usually try to give myself time before I like immediately start like recording.
I take notes.
I do the same.
While
I take notes as well, and I do reading vlogs. So I
am horrible at taking notes. I should have done a reading vlog for the Forgetting Moon. If I'd have known I was going to hate it, I would have done a reading vlog.
That would have been entertaining.
I have to somehow structure my reviews though, or I will just go off. That's what happened when I did my Sunland Ascends and my Arm of the Sphinx reviews. I think my like raw footage was like 45 minutes for my Arm of the Sphinx review, and I had to chop it down. But
oh my gosh.
my brain hops all around because I have ADHD, and so it's like, oh, shiny, this thing that I liked. And so if I don't have things written out, I will not talk about what I want to.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. Well, okay, I don't have diagnosed ADHD, but my friend with ADHD says I do that, whether I have it or not. My brain just like goes, I'm like, oh, but we could go on this thread now and I could talk about that. And oh, that's not what I wanted to talk about, but it's in there now. So
or 5 minutes in another day review.
I would struggle with the under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, if I set out to do it and I structured it, I probably could. But if I just talked, I couldn't do it.
What you could do is you could set a timer and like do it and then not edit it at all and be like, okay, I have 5 minutes, and you just talk. And then when the buzzer's done, you're like, okay, I'm done.
It's funny. Orion, I forgot his channel. He does 60-second book reviews or like 1-sentence book recommendations.
I've seen some of those on TikTok, and it's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's one of the moderators over on Mike from Mike's Book Reviews, and he's got a BookTube channel as well, and he does them for like Malazan. So he'll do Malazan like book recommendations in a single sentence.
How does one do that?
Not well.
Is it a really long sentence?
Is it a really long run?
I get like a Charles Dickens sentence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whenever he does it, I'm just like, I see what you did there. But like a person who hasn't read the book would go,
Someone's going to have to give me motivation to read Malazan because I'm scared to pick it up.
that motivation's not going to come from me.
You'll get none from me. I put it down after book 1.
Oh no! There's so many mixed reviews for the series. I only have.
I'm reading it, but half of what I've read I haven't liked. The other half I love.
I just don't think it's. Sorry, I feel like it's just not like really worth it. Like, I'm sure if you read it and you like it, then that's awesome. But I'm just like, there's so many other books I could get to that are more easily digestible that I would probably enjoy just as much. That I don't really want to struggle through Malazan just for like a good book.
Yeah,
it's definitely a series that makes you work for it.
I know it's really philosophical, or at least like some people say that, and I really like that kind of stuff. I studied philosophy in college, and so I think that I would like it, but part of me is also like, I want to have fun when I read sometimes. I don't always want my brain to be active, so I'm going to try Gardens of the Moon. Probably won't be until July, but I'm going to try.
Hold on.
So wait, you found that copy of Memories of Ice, and you don't even like the series.
Are you just going to show us the whole collection and how thick it is?
This is missing 2 books.
Oh, great. That's what Stormlight's going to look like when it's done.
Was that worth it, Andrew?
I'm on book 4. I don't know.
So you're confident that they are going to like it that much, so you bought all of them. That is the book lover's mistake. I have learned that this year.
That's like $250 worth of regret.
I know.
This one alone was $40.
Jeez.
It's so pretty though. The covers are beautiful. I love the big floppy paperbacks of them, but they're so hard to find.
Floppy paperbacks are the best book format out there.
This one's probably my favorite cover.
The Bone Hunters looks really pretty. It reminds me of, was it the Hateful Eight or whatever? I don't know why, but the cover of it reminds me of the Hateful Eight.
There's actually a lot of really great cover art here.
This one's floppy. This is the Hod King. That's floppy. I like floppy books.
My book's floppy too.
I have those ones. Those ones are the best.
Yeah, I bought the first couple in mass market just because I wasn't sure how I was going to feel. And then I just like decided to switch formats because I am obsessed with these. So
I have the first 9 of them in mass market that I found at a used bookstore for like 50 cents a piece, and so I bought them.
Oh my
But I can't read
Wow.
those because if it's like the Sanderson books where it's like you could like drop it on a cat and kill it,
God.
and I can't read that with the small pages and stuff. I can't do it. So
I actually read The Way of Kings, Words of Radiance, and Oathbringer in mass market, and then
Wow.
I had pre-ordered Rhythm of War to read it right when it came out, but obviously that was in hardcover. So I actually asked my parents for Christmas for the hardbacks and the rest of them because I was like, do I want to drop like $150 on the hardbacks, or do I just want to get someone else to buy them for me?
do you have Edge Dancer in hardback too? Well,
I
it only
do.
comes with one.
I do.
I
Yeah.
can't wait for them to release Dawn Shard in physical
Oh
copy.
my God, I know. I haven't read it yet because I'm waiting for the physical copy.
You
But
didn't read it before you read Rhythm of War?
no, I didn't.
Oh, it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna be like, oh
I'm
my
excited.
God.
I'm really excited, and I've just been like avoiding spoilers for it like the plague. Like if anything, even on like the subreddits or anything vaguely even mentions like one of the Dawn shards, I'm like, nope, no
Okay,
way.
so here's what happens. No, I'm just kidding.
See,
I will
I
come
think
to Indiana and smack you with the book if you tell her.
Let me just quickly leave the stream if Andrew's gonna start dropping.
I feel like my favorite part of Dawn Shard though wasn't even like any of the crazy Cosmere stuff. I actually just really liked how he made like what's her name, like Rin or Risen?
Risen.
I liked her like her like wheelchair, I can't think of the right word, like her like having to be in a wheelchair and stuff like that and not be able to use her legs. I thought all of that was really interesting. I like because they set up this whole like community of other like women who are also disabled. It's like that's like my favorite part. Is, like it feels so natural. I like seeing this like very real thing in our life like translated into like his magical world. That was like one of my favorite parts probably.
Making
Well,
it like
I like that.
reels
Yeah.
so it can like float around and she has more agency.
Yeah.
I just love his like how he represents different disabilities, whether it's like physical disabilities or mental health issues, or he also does really well with like representation of LGBTQ people. At least I don't know if you would agree with me or not, but I think that it's cool. I think he does a decent job.
Well, he's definitely. Well, that's the thing is like he definitely puts a lot of work into researching, and he's like getting better. Like, again, being part of that community when people like talk about how Sanderson's like, because like he's definitely like growing. Like if the farther you go back, the more offensive his stuff kind of seems. But like he's definitely growing more and more. And like now there is like more representation he has in his books. So like I like respect him for learning and growing and actually taking the time to like read about his audience and the stuff he's writing to like put it into his book. So yeah, I respect it. I like all the stuff he's been doing.
I think I read somewhere that when he was having people beta read for Dawn Shard, he specifically asked if there were any fans who had physical disabilities who would read it and let him know how he did. And that if there was anything offensive in there or unrealistic, they could let him know so he could adjust it.
Oh yeah. He does sensitivity readers for like all of his stuff. He's like talked about like in forewords and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know about Dawn Shard specifically, but he has had readers for like, is it dissociative identity disorder? Is that the proper term for it? Like for what's going on with. I mean, I don't want to get into any spoilers for what's going on with a character. I know that he also had sensitivity readers for that. Yeah,
a lot of the stuff about the trauma and depression and Rhythm of War, he definitely talked a lot about getting sensitivity readers for. And yeah, the representation of DID, I think, is one of my favorite reasons why I like that character, is I thought it was so fascinating that he took a magical ability and turned it, and then okay, I'm gonna start crying, damn. And that person's backstory, the way that if you guys know about DID, the way that person's backstory happens is exactly how DID happens.
Yep.
And so the fact that he turned this real event into a character's thing and then created something using her powers out of it, it was so good. It's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. I love that you guys like this character too, because there are so many people on like Reddit and even on like our Discords who say that they hate this character, and I get a little defensive because I love them, and I
Yeah, I will say that character isn't like my favorite of the character. Well, my favorite character is Kaladin,
Me
but
too.
like I still really enjoy that character, and like I don't agree with the people who hate them at all. So,
Which character?
We're trying not to
I
spoil.
feel like we weren't saying just because like the whole DID thing is a pretty big spoiler for a character arc.
The light.
Do it in the private chat then.
The light weaver,
I'll do it.
Andrew.
Ugh.
Andrew, the main light weaver.
Oh, okay.
I relate. I'm a light weaver too.
I'm a light weaver.
I'm a windrunner.
Yay!
I was
If you-
thinking about doing the quiz for a video. I don't know what I am.
Oh, do
I
it.
got
It's fun.
windrunner.
Do it.
I think it'd be fun.
It also tells you the ones you're closest to as well. So it's like, oh, you're like it's like your top one that you're most like, and then here's like the one you're kind of close to. So like usually the one that you probably like the one you probably like a lot will be really close to the top.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I want to be a windrunner, but I don't know if I'm like noble enough. Probably not.
Lawrence, do you read?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
That's what I thought. You were just looking at us straight face.
Oh my gosh.
So you don't read Sanderson?
I've read the first Mistborn, and I have to start the second one soon. But
And
Okay.
then all the other
And it's
books
gonna be.
apparently
You're gonna
depend-
forget this conversation ever happened.
yeah, probably. But by the time I'm at where you guys are, probably.
Spoilers with no context aren't even really
Exactly.
Yeah. I was a light weaver and then elf collar, then truth watcher.
Oh, I
I
don't
like
remember
Truth
that
Watcher.
much information.
The Truth Watchers are really interesting to me.
Especially since the only one we know right now is like a messed up version of a truth.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm excited for you to read more Sanderson though, Laurence, because I'm interested to see your perspective, because I feel like when people enter through Mistborn, they either really like it or they hate it. And
That's
Mistborn
how I entered.
person.
I entered through Stormlight.
Me too.
I entered through Mistborn.
I read them all in a really like not an order that anyone recommends whatsoever. I read Stormlight first, all of Stormlight, and then I read Elantris, and then I read Mistborn, and then I read Warbreaker.
See, I did the Mistborn trilogy. I did Arrow 2. Then I went back, did Elantris. Then I did Warbreaker. Then I started Stormlight.
That's probably a lot better of an order than I did.
See, when I first started Sanderson, I was so adamant because this was really early to like when I first started watching booktubes, not being on booktube, actually watching it, and I was like, "There's no freaking way I would read Stormlight because they were so massive." But after reading through like Mistborn, I was like, "Okay, I can't not see what else this guy has if Stormlight is supposed to be so amazing." And ever since then, I've been picking up like a massive book, so I never thought I would.
Mm-hmm. My favorite.
I like big books and I cannot lie.
Oh yay, we're singing. We're singing.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, it is almost 11, so I'm going to start getting slap happy here soon.
Is that the energy that we had in the video from today?
Yeah, that was tense.
Can I request
that's
that
gonna
energy
be,
for the Forgetting Moon review?
in my non-book review formats, that's probably going to be more standard going forward.
You're. I just imagine you as like the Kermit gif when he's like. Not, I guess exactly like that.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna smack yourself with a limb and knock
You're
yourself
already in
out.
physical
I actually,
therapy. You don't
I'm
need
used to being
this happening.
smacked by a 1-year-old little girl, so it doesn't. I'm used to it.
Is she stronger than you?
Probably. Yeah, when it comes time to, if she wants to get up, she's getting up. Or I get called a bad
I
man.
respect that.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Yep. But when I was reading Stormlight, I didn't know that Warbreaker was involved. And so I literally stopped halfway through Oathbringer, read Warbreaker, and then finished the book because someone told me that things would make more sense if I did that. But
I
Maybe
had
just a
planned
little
to
bit.
read Warbreaker before I read Rhythm of War, but Rhythm of War came out in like late November, right? I ordered Warbreaker on like November like 7th or 10th or something like that, hoping that it would come really fast and I could read it. It literally didn't come until December 30th.
oh my goodness.
So, needless to say, I read Rhythm before Right came out, and I did not wait for Warbreaker to arrive.
Did you get the connections though after you read Warbreaker? Were you like, oh my gosh, that's who these people are? Because that just
Yeah, well, I feel like I was accidentally like spoiled for the connections, or not exactly spoiled, but I feel like I knew that there were connections, and then I had an idea of who those people probably were just because they seemed like they had something mysterious going on while they were in Stormlight, and I was like, okay, you could be the people, and then they were.
Good call.
your intuition told you the truth.
Yeah.
So, Laurence, did you like Final Empire? You've only read the first book of Mistborn,
Yeah, I
right?
really liked it. I don't like big books.
You don't like big books.
So I started the second book. I'm like 60 pages in, and then I have to like sit down and really start it, I think.
So what's your preferred book length?
Like 500 page. Like
500?
between 4 and 5.
I miss the days of 500 pages.
Yeah, that's why I hate all the books you guys read. I'm just like, I don't have time for all this.
Hey, Patrick, do you want to do Howling or Walker? Sorry, now I'm getting tired of when I'm calling you Patrick. Do you want to do Howling Dark next month?
I don't even know what that is. Which one's that?
How is
that-
the second
That's
and
Empire of Silence sequel.
Oh, sure.
I'm not entirely kidding, but I'm not entirely serious either.
As long as you want to do it in August, since that's apparently supposed to be prior of the Orange Tree, and frick any other big book during that month.
crap, I forgot we decided to do that.
Did you just scare Andrew?
Oh crap. Hey, I've heard a lot of people liked Prairie and the Orange Tree, though. At least the people that I saw reading it in the like readathon chat, they've been talking about it. And said
I
that
feel like Prairie's like heyday was last year, so everybody picked it up and like missed the wave. So then like when I was just like, hey, let me know if you want to buddy read it, everyone's like, I've got it. And I was just like, oh,
I haven't
now
heard
I have
any
to
bad
read it.
things about it. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
I
It's popular on TikTok. I feel like I keep seeing it on TikTok.
it's on the Barnes and Noble book talk shelf that they have now, which scares me. You've not seen that? Do you go to Barnes and Noble?
I very rarely go to Barnes and Noble just because they're so expensive. I mean, frankly, books on Amazon are $3 cheaper.
I know. I have the discount card, so it makes me feel less bad going in person. But they have like a specific table set up that's a book talk recommendation table.
That makes me so sad.
We have that at Indigo too.
They're
Too
very
bad.
really.
Yeah,
oh my
they have a
god, I
table.
haven't been into an Indigo in person since like middle of last year.
I demand a booktube table as well.
Right?
I
It should be
know. I
that.
want to be like, you should make it booktube and not book talk, because book talk has questionable tastes when it comes to books.
I don't have TikTok, so
I don't have it either.
I
TikTok.
held out for a very long time, and then one of my best friends would not stop sending me links, and it was just too much of a pain to open them and not have it in the app, and so I did it, and it was a poor decision.
Same thing. Exactly the same thing happened to
I
me.
just open them in Safari on my phone and watch them, and I just watch the ones people send me, and that's it. I just know that I would spend so much time in it. I already spend a time watching BookTube as it is, so
I
I
would
don't need
probably
to
spend
add
2 or
another
3 hours a
platform.
day watching booktube.
I don't watch book talk actually though. Like sometimes it pops up on my feed. Mostly I watch like Viking stuff and blacksmithing stuff.
Okay, that's cool.
Weird and niche for book talk, but
Ilya is my favorite blacksmith. If you know who that is. Do you watch Man at Arms?
no.
Well, watch Man at Arms, the older stuff. And that's great blacksmithing stuff. They do like fantasy weapons from like video games and stuff like that, and they make them in real life.
I've only seen the Men at Arms ones when they go over like the video game weapons.
That's
It
cool.
was really, really cool. And then Matt and Ilya from that series left and made their own channel. And I'll have to look that up as well.
I always find it interesting when like those random YouTube videos get recommended. I'm just like scrolling on my phone, and it's just like this person making a ring out of like raw emerald, and it's just like it's just like 5 minutes of him just like shaping a ring and it's like a pure emerald ring. I'm like I don't even click on the video. I just sit it, it gives you the little preview. You can watch it with no sound. I'm like, I'm sure I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. I just sit there fascinated and just like watch like a silent video of like 3 minutes of like making a jewelry. I'm like, what the hell did I just watch?
Because if you click on it, then it's gonna keep recommending those videos to you. So the trick is to not click on it, and
I think it still counts because then when you go to your history, it shows you that video.
Oh, I think you're right.
So I think it still counts.
So really, yeah, I'm just sitting in the silence for no reason.
Was Empire of Silence?
Empire of Silence is book 1 of Sun Eater.
Is it good?
No.
Just deadpan. No. I would say it's a complicated answer.
It has potential for book 2. I'm very interested in book 2.
I'm sorry.
So it depends on what you've read. Honestly, I had a lot of recency bias with Empire of Silence. It felt too similar to Farseer. It felt too similar to Dune, and it felt.
Does it just shit on the main character the whole time, like in Farseer?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Not as bad, but yeah, a little bit.
I'm like halfway through Assassin's Apprentice, and like, does it get worse? Because I haven't felt like it's that bad so far.
Oh, it gets way worse.
Wait till real Assassin, and then tell me who your least favorite character is.
Oh no. Okay.
It felt a lot like Name of the Wind as well. So I had read all of those within 8 months, and so I was just bored reading Empire of Silence.
Royal Assassin was the first book that I ever physically threw across a room.
Why?
Oh,
I can't say she hasn't gotten to the part yet.
Yeah.
and ever since then, she's been throwing books ever since.
No, I don't do it very often, but I remember.
You did it on this video.
It was a gateway drug into
Oh,
throwing
no.
books.
Now I seem like a violent person and a liar. I'm not. No, I remember because I was with a friend and I was up north in the UP and we were on vacation and we were sitting in the sunroom at her cabin and I was reading and I just chucked it across the room because I was so mad. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Name
so
of the Wind,
the
that's
end
what
of
they say.
Empire of Silence is really good, but in terms of Hobb, what Hobb will do is like you're just like, oh, Hobb is great at going for the gut punch.
Oh.
How far are you in Assassin's Apprentice, or did you say you finished it?
No, I'm about like exactly halfway. Me and Ben are actually buddy reading it. And so we're doing like 2 chapters a day, like at
Which
overly
Ben?
average Ben.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're buddy reading it at about 2 or 3 chapters a day, which is like 40 or 50 pages a day. Just because like, we're sure that we can both read that much in a day and then read whatever else we want. So we're on page, I think we're about 200 and he's like 14 years old right now. And I don't know.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, he ages about 8 years in the first book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he'll be like 16, I think, by the end of that book.
Well, that's 10 years, but.
Okay, yeah, he does start. I couldn't remember what age he started at. So
yeah, we start with him when
10 years.
he's 6, but that's not like a huge part. Like I feel like we get to him being like 10 pretty quickly. But yeah.
I love Burrick. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah, the first trilogy, I think, takes place over, I want to say 12 or 14 years.
Okay.
So
So
like I think he's
first
like,
book he grows a lot, and then the second.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if it
we are
tells you
officially
guys,
at 3 hours now. So I think
Hey.
yeah,
I'm go to bed because you probably
I've
have
got to work in the morning.
you've got to do.
Yeah, same.
This was a lot of fun. I had met Walker and Kate, but it was great. I've talked with you, Grace, but it was great to actually interact with you. And the same with
this
you,
is a lot of
Laurence.
fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I really, really enjoyed this, and I really appreciate the last minute joining of my just, hey, anybody want to do a reading sprint?
Anything for you, Andrew.
Oh, thanks, Walker.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah.
I just absolutely love you guys.
It's like you have to. Oh,
It's 2012 again.
Walker's always trying to hurt my feelings a little bit.
Wait, can we do like no?
I have to keep you on your toes.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I appreciate it
wrong
though.
You gotta go the other direction. Ooh, wait, I did it wrong.
I'm just over here by my
There's like a
lonesome.
really big gap, Grayson.
Yeah.
I know.
It would have worked if we didn't have that big gap, but that's okay.
And then
Hold
it could have been the
Hold
one
on,
left.
let's see if we can get rid of the. There you go.
Ah.
Wait, I'm gonna mess it up again.
Oh wait.
Aha!
So weird. I'm backwards.
I think we did a good job, Kate. I really do.
Yeah.
I think this worked. I think this was a
Have to
success.
take a screenshot or something.
Yeah, we should have.
I had the hard one, okay? I had 2 people.
Yeah, you needed to go
Yeah.
like this.
All right, guys, I'm going to take us off of live broadcast. So,
Good night,
Everyone's just like,
Bye.
what
Good
night, everyone.
already?
mortals.